What's going on, guys? So in front of me, you were looking at something pretty special. So this is a Grand Design reflection fifth wheel. Now, if you are a reflection owner or someone who's had a reflection in the past, you probably realize that those units were mid-profile units. What do I mean by that? Well, there is a mid-profile unit, and this is a Reflection 150 series. But what's special about this is that this is actually a full-profile reflection. We're going to take a look inside of this thing, see what it's all about. Hang tight, I'll be right back. And they actually have the mid-profile reflection and the full-size reflection, the full-profile reflection, so you can see the difference. This is actually a really good example, too, of just the differences between mid-profile and full-profile. So this is about a foot taller from a body perspective, which means this front area, which is called the upper deck, is actually going to be taller from a headroom perspective because the floor is only really a few inches off of the very bottom right here. It's right above the framework of the upper deck. So again, when you look at these side by side, you really can tell the difference between a full profile and a mid profile, and the influence and the solitude are all going to be full profiles as well. Makes it a little bit more difficult to see the differences here because of that aerodynamic front cap that the influence has that's similar to the reflection. But this one having a little bit more straight edge to it, you can definitely see the difference between the two. Okay, let's start by taking a look at the numbers on this unit. So this is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 13,995 pounds. It's relatively heavy for its size, but it's actually still relatively lightweight overall. So it's not as heavy as your traditional full profile unit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But you have 2,763 pounds worth of cargo capacity, which makes the unloaded or the dry weight of this unit only 11,172 pounds, which means most people aren't going to put 2,763 pounds worth of weight inside of this thing. They're not going to load it up like that. You might put 1,000, you might put 1,500. And because of that, the actual overall weight of this unit's probably going to be about 1,000 pounds less or more than what the gross vehicle weight rating is right here of 13,995. 6,000 pound axles, and it's going to have, let's take a look at our tires. It's going to have 235/80 load range E tires on a 16-inch wheel. So from a towability perspective, this is still a relatively long fifth wheel. That said, though, there are going to be some 3/4 ton trucks that will have the pin weight capacity or the cargo capacity to be able to support this. But in most cases, you're going to want to upgrade to a 1-ton single rear wheel truck at minimum, and in some cases a dually. Full profile units stick up taller, and because of that, you have more of a wind profile that's going to hit the side of it. So ideally a dually, but if you don't have a dually or you have a 3/4 ton with 3,500, 4,000 pounds worth of cargo capacity, you should be in an okay spot to haul something like this. All right, when we look at the front end of it, it has the standard Rhino box on it. This does have the Space Saver upper deck from Lippert, so it has the more structural reinforced upper deck system, and it has the relatively short pin box because of it. Electric leveling on this as well, so it's going to have a 4-point electrical leveling system. We come back here, you're going to have slam latches on the front, which is really nice. You don't see that very often. And nice thick baggage doors. I love a good thick baggage door. The strut arms open like super close. Actually, I think it's touching right there in the center. And then you have your 60 amp MPPT solar charge controller, which is really nice. You have your IntelliPower. I believe this is going to be your transfer switch, your battery disconnect, and your auto leveling controls, which will probably be around the side. This is just the instructions for it. And then your battery box right there, which means this supports lithium batteries. Okay. You're probably going to have twin 30-pound propane cans, one on each side. Again, more slam latches right here. I love how they have the unobstructed pass-through. Nice thick baggage doors. That is really nice as well. This has a straight frame and not a drop frame, and what that essentially means is the I-beam goes straight to the back. It doesn't drop down below the main I-beam in the back, and that's why you have this step up right here, because the frame's on the other side of that. A lot of storage. There's a tremendous amount of storage in here. Aluminum upper deck. You have power right here as well, and yeah, you have a tremendous amount of room in this unit. Nice slam latches again. I love the thick door, and I love how they taper this down like that. It looks really nice and finished. Underneath, this has a 10-inch I-beam frame as well. You have propane connection there also. Moride step above steps. Looking at the running gear, okay, Goodyear Endurance tires. I like that. Also have the shackle hanger reinforcements for the springs and the shackles. Looking at the suspension, I already see heavy-duty shackle straps, greasable wet bolts, and it does have the CRE 3000 suspension, so I like what I'm seeing there. I also see the red hubs, which means this is going to have anti-lock brakes, tire pressure monitoring, and I believe it even has an odometer on it as well. So you're going to really be able to have a lot of control of this unit depending on what type of environments you're dealing with, especially if you have to hit the brakes really hard. Twin awnings, they're both power awnings with LED light strips. Has standard framed windows, not frameless. That's why you see this seal going all the way around with the weep holes. Never spray water up into those. LED lights right here. You can get on the roof and service it if you need to. It is prepped for a camera. And it also has a 2-inch receiver, which is designed to tow, but I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. So I would not tow from the receiver of a towable trailer. Chain hooks, 4-way connection right there for your lights. Coming around this way, your other main slide out. Underneath, this is also a rack and pinion slide out. You have a spot for your sewer hose because there is no bumper on the back. I say that because typically if you have a bumper on the back, you will have a spot for sewer hose. That is your vent hood. You want to keep that open if you're going to be cooking in your kitchen using the vent hood. On-demand water outside of your furnace. This is currently locked. And this is going to not open until you open this. But this is where your wet panel is going to be, your Nautilus control panel to control all of your water and your valves to be able to open up your black and gray tank. This uses the Lippert Slim Rack slide, which is actually a really good slide out mechanism. It's very, very flexible because these can move slightly and it takes strain off of the motors whenever you're putting the slide in and out. It is prepped for the Furrion surround camera system as well. Anyways, let's hop inside and see what this thing's all about. Okay, so going up, the more I'd step above steps, we're gonna go inside of this Reflection 337 RLS. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break from this RV tour to talk about something that is critically important if you own an RV and something you don't think about. I got Matt, the founder of Liquified, the best RV toilet treatment in the industry, and they're sponsoring these videos, so give them a big thumbs up for that. I personally don't buy RV toilet paper anymore. I don't want to always feel like I'm bound to using a toilet paper that's gonna disintegrate in 3 seconds when it touches water.
Yeah.
Does Liquified work well with all major septic safe brands of toilet paper?
Yeah, septic safe, absolutely. What makes Liquified different from its competitors is it's not a chemical, it's made with enzymes and bacteria. So it's gonna liquefy your waste, clean your sensors, and break down the poo pyramid. When you watch testing on Liquified and other brands, you'll see it break down the dog food. Dog food resembles your waste, and it will break it down within a couple of hours, fully broken down within 24 hours. With that said, toilet paper does take a longer time to break down in a stagnant, not moving around position. But the enzymes in Liquified, it's chomping away at the bit, and then when you dump your tanks and flush it, an enzyme bacteria-based toilet treatment is gonna help disintegrate that toilet paper, so when you flush, it goes downhill. You can buy Liquified at an RV dealership close to you, like General RV, 1,700 Walmarts nationwide, Amazon.com, and our website, liquifiedrv.com. And if you go to liquifiedrv.com/SOB, Summer of Bundles, you can save up to 20-25% when you buy our 3-packs.
Yep, and if you buy it from liquified.com, it's very likely you're actually going to have your product packed by this guy right here.
Yeah, you see the cuts on my fingers? Those are all from packing boxes.
All right, and then you also have the Moride safety rail grab bar right there. Okay, so let's check this thing out. Really, really nice neutral color tones in here. It has a nice, airy, bright feel because there are a lot of windows. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 windows just in the kitchen living area alone. That is really, really nice. Nice good size island, solid surface material, which is really nice, like a quartz material. Side by side Furrion refrigerator. You have a nice ottoman right here as well for extra storage, and you can lift this up into kind of a table. So that's really cool. So this actually kind of lifts out. You gotta do both sides at the same time. When you do it, you can use this as kind of like an eating table if you want to put it in front of you whenever you're sitting down on the sofa or the love seats or the theater seating. They talk about a lot of different things in this little feature overview, and this is something you should definitely take a look at, including the ABS system, what they're doing from an insulation perspective, how they're using Titan seals around different areas. Very cool, plus the 12-volt distribution hub. A lot of features here. The inline water shutoff valves at pretty much every point where you want a shutoff valve, which is really nice. And also the solar panel that's on the roof. I don't know specifically what the wattage is of this system though. You have two really, really nice, comfortable looking dinette chairs right there as well. Again, your theater seating. And this looks like a little spot for your USB connection so you can charge your phone. It's pretty cool. You have some cabinets up here. Over here you have a sofa. It's a little smaller than a traditional sofa, but it's bigger than a love seat. And this is going to fold out into a bed as well. And these don't lift up, but you do have storage underneath them. Again, lots of windows. I believe you will have blackout blinds in here. You do, so you can black out the sun if you want to keep it a little cooler or more privacy, especially at night. Panoramic fireplace, TV's in place with storage behind it. So this can come out and you actually have storage cubbies behind the TV if you want to keep things there that are less visible if people are inside your RV. More cabinetry up top. Okay. Lots of shelving in here as well. It would have been nice if they used more of an adjustable shelf system, but this is pretty nice shelving. And yeah, this is going to give you a lot of space to carry stuff with you when you're on the road. 3-burner Furrion stove oven combination. Over here, you're going to have your residential microwave and more storage. Nice textured backsplash to it. This is not real stone. That's basically like a wallboard material, but it is dimensional, which is nice. Nice big drawers in here, not soft closing. Big, big, big island. Undermount stainless steel sink. Nice wand for your sprayer there. Lots of storage underneath. Magnetic holds for your cabinets. And the cabinetry is soft closing. The drawers are not though. And you have a spot here for 2 trash cans. Typically one for trash and one for recycle. And then you have this great looking hutch right here. This is awesome. Great spot for a coffee maker right in that corner. You got 3 drawers, 5 drawers here, 3 big ones and 2 small ones, plus some cabinetry and some upper cabinetry right there. And again, that same wallboard material back here, which looks really nice. In this cabinet, you got your controls for pretty much everything. You have your Wi-Fi booster up here as well, which actually looks like a router. Okay, stepping up. It's a little dark in the bathroom area, but maybe a light will turn on. It won't, but I think you can see it. 1-piece shower stall system. This is really nice, and this is traditionally something you wouldn't see in the Reflection, which is more of a value-oriented price point. Porcelain foot flush toilet. More storage right here as well. Plenty of storage. Spot for a towel. On this side, you have a good size sink. It's a plastic basin, thermofoil. Do wish that they would put a higher end material here. 3 drawers cabinet and your medicine cabinet right here, which is a good size. Plus a nice frosted glass sliding door here for the shower. All right, stepping into the main bedroom, the only bedroom. King size bed. Right off the bat, I can tell you I don't like that they didn't put a nightstand on the other side. So it would have been nice if they would have put one of those over here or even some coming off of the front of the trim. It's all one-sided in here, which, I mean, if you have a CPAP on this side, you're probably in pretty good shape, but the person on the other side has nowhere to put anything. You have some interesting puck lights above you with some individual switches on those. You have your AC system up here as well, which I believe this is going to be a Furrion AC. Yep, the chill system, not the chill cube. You have your bedroom thermostat in here because there are more than 1 AC units in this unit. Wardrobe drawers, nice spot to just keep your stuff. TV backer up here and a spot for a stackable washer and dryer in here if you want to load it. You just have to take these shelves out. There's your connections. And then over here you have the traditional huge Grand Design front closet. That is really, really nice. But you should be able to lift the bed up and have additional storage underneath here as well. And I would definitely recommend to upgrade your mattress. This mattress feels very, very light. I don't think it would be super comfortable, but that's why you go to RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, because they have every price point, every type of mattress to fit every type of RV, and that is super awesome. And they didn't even sponsor this video. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.